Today, I'm breaking down the question that I get constantly as a club fitter. How much do golf clubs actually change year to year? If that's something you've always wondered, stick around because I'm breaking it all down in this video. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Aaron and I am a professional golf club fitter. Today we're diving into something that doesn't get talked about enough. Do new golf clubs make you better, or is it more mental than physical? If you're interested in stuff like this, breakdowns, ins and outs of the golf world, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below for more content. But let's get right into it, and I'm going to start off with the reality of the year-to-year club changes. Yes, clubs do change every year, pretty drastically sometimes. Companies are putting millions of dollars into research and development to make sure they're bringing out the best products that they can every year. For an example, let's look at the Titus drivers. They went from the TSR lineup to the GT series. How much did those drivers actually change? And the answer is a decent amount. On the GT lineup, the center of gravity is actually more forward and lower, which should lead to a little bit more consistent spin and just higher ball speeds across the whole face. The GT drivers also have variable face thickness, which again should help increase ball speed across the entire face, and this is something that as a fitter, I can absolutely vouch for. The GT lineup, especially compared to the older models of Titleist drivers like TSR and TSI, is much faster off the club face. It's about 4 to 5 miles an hour faster from what I've found, and when you convert that mile an hour of ball speed into distance, that adds up. They've also utilized a composite crown made from lighter materials. That changes pretty much every year for every company. They're at least going to swap out some of the materials used for, more ball speed, more forgiveness, just the general things that all golfers want. And I would say that this was a pretty big change from the TSR lineup to the GT lineup. Not every year is going to be that big of a change. For example, the QI35 from the QI10, I don't think there's as much of a difference between those two drivers, but there are still differences. The QI35 uses chromium carbon to enhance ball speed and lower spin rates. But I'm not going to go over every single company, every single club. All you need to know as a consumer is that there are genuine changes being made to every club every year, and they're at least trying their absolute hardest to bring you a better product. So a driver from 2023 to 2024 might not be that big of a change, but you take a driver from 2017 and put it up against a driver from 2024, and you will see big gains. And for those people that are out there that still claim that their clubs from the 1990s or the early 2000s are just as good, because look at the scores that, Tiger was putting up in 2000 with those clubs, I can put that rumor to rest. That is absolutely not the case. Now, where fitting comes in is I can also say with complete confidence that a custom fit club from 2018, let's say a driver, so it's completely custom fit to you with, shaft, grip size, lie angle, loft, all that stuff, compared to an off-the-rack club that doesn't fit your swing, I'll take the 2018 club every single day. So to answer the title of the video, yes, clubs change every year at least a little bit. And that brings us to the part that nobody talks about and the real reason that I'm making this video, the power of belief. And this is something I see in fittings all the time. If you think the new club is better, it is. Even if nothing major has changed, you swing it differently. You might swing it faster, you might swing it harder, you might swing it smoother. All of those little things, they add up. And even when we compare new club to new club, if I give somebody, let's say a Callaway driver, and they really like the way it looks, and then I give them a TaylorMade driver and they hate the way it looks, chances are they're gonna be more confident with the Callaway driver, and they're even gonna swing it, 2 to 3 miles an hour faster. Just because they believe more in the Callaway, and that's going to lead to swinging it faster, being more confident in that swing, which is going to lead to better contact, higher ball speeds, all that good stuff that we look for as fitters. And I'm talking about real psychological effects here. It's not just marketing fluff. Belief drives performance, and in a sport like golf where feel and confidence are everything, that's huge. Now, like I said, I'm not saying every club is a placebo. There are actual improvements from year to year. But the mindset you bring into a fitting or onto the first tee can sometimes be more powerful than the specs printed out on a sheet. So when somebody says, this new club, it just feels better, it probably does to them. Whether it's the sound, the look, the feel off the face, or just the marketing story that they've bought into, belief equals performance. Now, what this means to a fitter like me is when I'm fitting somebody, I'm not just chasing numbers. I'm watching body language. I'm seeing how they react when they flush a golf shot. And that's why I ask in every single one of my fittings that if they have any preferences as far as looks or feel to let me know, because that's something that I want to take into account when I'm fitting them for a brand new golf club. Because the best performing club isn't necessarily always the one that you should be playing. If I gave you 2 irons, for example, one of them was a little bit better as far as numbers go, but you weren't nearly as confident with it and you felt more confident and more just better about your game with the other one, I'd much rather see you play the other one. Perfect example would be, let's say I'm in an iron fitting and I give you 2 different 7 irons. Let's say I give you the QI from TaylorMade versus the Elite from Callaway. Let's say the Elite's numbers are a little bit better, but you like the look and feel of the QI much more. That's a no-brainer for me. I would go QI every single day of the week. Yes, we're chasing numbers, and if the QI's numbers are really, really, really bad, then yeah, I'm probably not gonna go with that one. But if they're pretty comparable, maybe Callaway has a slight edge in just numbers, but you don't like it as much, I'm still going QI. So yeah, fitting is a lot about specs, but it's not just about specs. It's also bringing out the best golfer that you have inside you and the one that's gonna have the most confidence when they step onto the first tee. So what does all of this mean for you as a consumer? It means that if you feel like the new club is better, if it gives you more confidence, or if it just inspires you to go play more golf, that alone might be worth it. And if you don't feel that way, that's okay. Don't feel caught up into all the technology and all the marketing stuff that you have to upgrade every single year. Because if you have a club in your bag from a few years ago that you still love and you still absolutely hit the snot out of, then keep it in your bag. Like I said, tech can absolutely help, especially if your bag is super outdated. I'm talking, 10, 15 years or older. But in my opinion, belief is the most powerful tool that you have in your golf bag. So next time you're debating whether to upgrade your golf bag, ask yourself this: does this club actually help me, or do I just believe it does? Either way, the answer might be more valid than you think. Guys, I appreciate you watching and sticking around. If this made you think about your gear differently, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. I post videos all the time of stuff like this, just trying to help you make smarter choices about your golf game. And let me know in the comments, is there a club that you have in your bag that maybe the numbers aren't exactly perfect, but you feel that it helps your golf game and you're confident with, so you keep it in the bag? Let me know. Also, for all my viewers in the United States, happy 4th of July. That's when I'm filming this. Make sure you go play some golf today. And until next time, peace out.